With over 20 different types of fireworks and a bunch of different holidays that would cause for celebration, what's inside of a firework and how do they work? The recipe for fireworks hasn't really changed much since they were initially used in China over 1,000 years ago. They contain more or less 75% saltpeter or potassium nitrate, 15% charcoal, and 10% sulfur. However, that's just the basic material, and depending on the pattern or the color, there are other things added and other things removed in order to make these variances. In order to set off a firework, in order to actually get that color and pattern, you need to have a fuse. This fuse gets ignited with some heat that travels down to the shell, most commonly called, which is the gunpowder inside of the firework. Looking at the bottom of the shell is most commonly black powder, which in turn, all of these shells creates the lift charge, which shoots the firework actually up in the air. Now these fireworks, in order to shoot up in the air, are often placed inside of a mortar, and when that ignition creates a bunch of pressure and heat, it shoots that firework up through the mortar, most commonly in a cylinder shape. Now once that firework reaches a certain height, there's often a timed fuse, the fuse that goes off to actually create that explosion once it reaches a certain time after ignition. This timed fuse actually activates the burst charge, which sets off small pellets inside of the firework, often called stars, to create this beautiful, brilliant pattern. Now the appearance of these fireworks often depends on the amount of shells within a firework, the size of those shells, and the added chemicals to create varying colors. Some stars even include chemicals that create different sound effects, such as potassium chlorate, which creates a larger charge sound. Or it could use bismuth, which creates a crackling or popping sound effect. The stars inside of these fireworks contain metal salts. These metal salts absorb a huge amount of energy, and when they cool down, they release that energy in the form of light, or varying colors of light. Some examples of the varying colors you can use is strontium for red, calcium for orange, sodium for yellow, barium for green, copper for blue, strontium and copper for purple, or magnesium, aluminum, and titanium to get white. The anatomy inside of the firework kind of looks a little bit like this. And the first fireworks actually created in China over 1,000 years ago were inside of bamboo stalks. Pretty cool. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.